Hello, it's me and this is my new fishing mate. It's the W6 Baitcaster, the low profile baitcaster from Westin. We have two different models. We have the W4 series and the W6 series, but now we talk about the W6 series. And the W6 series has in total 4 different sizes. A 50 small version, 100, the 200 and the big one here, the 300. And the 300 is meant to fish with thicker line for pike and bigger predators with bigger lures. And this is what we will do a little bit later. You probably might have the question, is there any chance to get a left hand and a right hand? Yes, of course. This W6 series in all them 4 sizes is coming in left and right hand. So whatever you like to fish, whatever you used to fish, it's possible. This one here, the W6, is coming in 3 different speeds. So in 3 different high, medium and low speed retrieve. So we have in the 50, 100 and 300 sizes, we have the low, and this is about 66 centimeter on retrieve. Then we have also the 50, the 100 and the 300 version in the high speed, which is up to 91 centimeter retrieve, and the medium retrieve comes only in the size 200. And how this works and which technique, what kind of retrieving has been required, this is something I will tell you a little bit later about. As I mentioned, we have 3 different retrieves, slow, medium and high. I prefer the low retrieve, especially when I do jigging, so extremely slow and very decent fishing. So when you take some time, when I fish bottom bouncing with a jig head or with a net worm rig or whatever, very slowly among the bottom, this is something you need a slow retrieve. Or when you have your own feeling on a swim, for example, or you fish a jerkbait on a really nice and steady retrieve. The medium retrieve is in fact something where you say, okay, I have a fishing reel, the multiplier, where I can do a lot of things. I can do normal jerk baiting, I can do vertical jigging, I can do normal jigging. So this medium type is covering a lot of techniques. And the high speed, this is something I really prefer when I fish, for example, pelagic style, or when I do trolling. So when I have something wrong on my bait and I have to get it out quickly, so then I need a lot of retrieve, or when I have to change the color quickly when I do pelagic fishing. So this is then a high speed requirement. So all these different ways of fishing needs a different retrievement, and we fulfill all this with all these 3 different speeds on retrieve. Once the side plate is open, you have direct access to the 6-shoe centrifugal brake. And this is really the key to success for a perfect casting without any backslashes. So once this has been adjusted, you just close it and you have direct access with each cast with this brake on the side. Here you can easily adjust the weight during the casts, what you're doing. So once you are, for example, switching from 30 gram to 60 gram, or you go from 60 gram to 30 gram. So in that case, do not forget to adjust this brake here as well. This is the tension brake for the spool to avoid any slashes or any backslashes. The important part is this knob is attached in a way that it will never fall off. So even if it's completely loosened, it will not fall off. So here we have, you can see that here it's loose. Here we have managed a special system that this knob will always stay on your fishing reel, because this is the worst thing when you're losing some parts and the whole fishing day is ruined. Talking about the drags, this one here is the star drag to put tension on your fishing line when you play a fish. And this one here has an enormous powerful drag because it's a 300 version, and this one is 12 kilo. This drag is 12 kilo, but the 50, the 100 and the 200 comes with 11 kilo drag. So there's enormous powerful drag here. So please pay attention. Once you are fixing your leaders and everything is ready, make sure that your drag has been perfectly attached so that you're not losing any fish, but that you make sure that you have enough power fighting a big predator. Two cool features on this reel which belongs to the fishing line. The first feature is here on the handle. We have a cool knob here, and on this knob there is a little adjustment where you can easily show what kind of line diameter or PE breaking strength you have on your fishing reel. So you just turn this little knob into the right diameter you are currently using, so you always find the right diameter back when you have plenty of this ready rigged, ready to go, ready to fish, fishing reel equipped. And the second cool thing is, once you are ready to put new fishing line on this multiplier, all the problem starts. In many cases, if you make just a simple knot on the core inside and you start winding in all the fishing line, the new modern braid is so slippy that the whole thing will turn on the spool itself. So just to avoid it, we have here this fast clip system. You go inside with the end of your fishing line, it will be clipped, and then you can start retrieving and spooling up your fishing line, and everything is fine and fixed. Keep in mind on that, in the most cases when you are about putting braid on and you go for the strength the spool has been made for, let's say you have the 50 and you put the 0.20 on, then it's more than enough when you have a spool of 135 meters. But in some cases, when you go far thinner than what the spool is, so you can put double the amount or even more on it, so don't waste too much braid. Just make it very simple and easy. I take some really cheap fishing line, you know, nylon fishing line, let's say 0.30, 0.25, something like that. Put, let's see, a couple of meters on it, sometimes 20, 25 meters, not more than that. And then I put the rest with the braid on, just to ensure that once I have everything spooled in a proper way, that I have a really nice layer here, easy to cast, because here I can lay my thumb on, and that makes the whole thing and the whole casting much easier. I wish you a lot of fun with the new W6. Enjoy fishing with this beautiful, great fishing reel, and we see us definitely on the water in a short time. See you and bye-bye. Dietmar, ciao.